Here's Rodgers from yesterday.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say.
Make your point.
I was just going to say, like, don't you get the set? It's weird the vibes you get out of Pittsburgh right now. Like the way they're approaching the Rodgers thing just makes me feel like they're kind of like, this is just a recalibrate, retool type of year. So yeah, if you want to come back and do that for us, that'd be great. You come back and play quarterback as we kind of use this year to get our team in a different direction under Mike McCarthy for the future. That's what's a little bit odd, I think, about the situation in my mind.
At first, I thought the Steelers knew that the way you play Aaron Rodgers is you step back and let him make up his own mind. Mm-hmm. Because I think last year he wouldn't have wanted to return to the Jets. But the way the Jets handled it pissed him off, and he was on McAfee's show at some point in the offseason, complaining about how the Jets treated him. And I think that you just have to handle him a certain way. It's your decision, Aaron. God, we hope he decides not to come back. That's what I thought the Steelers were doing at first. And I don't know. I think they believe it, or they're so committed to it, they've convinced themselves they believe it. Like, our only choice for now is to say, Aaron, whenever you're ready, we're here. And if he says no, then they'll come up with a new plan then. But we'll find out next week. If we hear the Steelers kicking the tires on Kyler Murray, if we hear the Steelers kicking the tires on Kirk Cousins, if Justin Fields, as I said earlier, gets cut and the Steelers are like, man, we could sign him for the minimum and the Jets will pay the balance on the $10 million he's owed, that's when it all changes. But we'll see how committed they are. And at some point, here's what I would say to the Steelers. If that's what's holding you back, who cares? Who cares? Because nobody's listening to Aaron Rodgers anymore. And if you don't bring him back, where else is he going to go? And do you really have to fear that he's going to put you on blast? And if he does, so what? So what if Aaron Rodgers goes on McAfee's show and craps all over the Steelers for how they treated him on the way out the door? So what? Why worry about it? So if that's what's holding him back, just screw it and move on to a different plan A. I'm surprised that, and I say this as to any job that's filled in the NFL. When there's one team, one organization who has one person as their plan A, and he's not even on anyone else's radar screen, somebody's got it badly wrong, Chris.
Yeah, that's where I keep going to. They seemed content for him to hold it down. Now, within that, if he holds it down and he's that guy, are they going to explain to him that, hey, we might draft a quarterback? We might draft somebody, and you know, it might be a high pick. And within that high pick, if we start out, 1-4, that high pick might play, and you might go to the bench. That's where I think conversations like that have to happen at some point. I hear you say, I've heard other people say, right, like, hey, maybe they'll just try to develop Will Howard. I don't see that. I don't see starting quarterback potential with Will Howard. Maybe I'm wrong. So we'll see where that goes. But, yeah, the whole Steelers situation, everything you've said, everything I've said, and then you put on top of it that it's Mike McCarthy, where, a lot of us around the NFL and in the NFL don't think that ended in the greatest way in Green Bay. And now here we are. And it's like, wow, the first year of McCarthy's tenure with the Steelers depends on Rodgers, and Rodgers' life depends on Mike McCarthy kind of wanting him and doing that. It just, you can't make it up. You really can't. It's unbelievable. That's where life outdoes Hollywood once again there.
Well, the reporting from Tyler Dunn, who was at Bleacher Report at the time, after the McCarthy-Rodgers relationship ended when McCarthy was fired late in the 2018 season, that to me made me think that the moment McCarthy emerged as the guy in Pittsburgh, Rodgers isn't going to want to play for him again. When you look at some of the stuff
that's what I thought
that Tyler Dunn reported. Now, of course, Rodgers was back on his everyone is full of shit except me soapbox yesterday with McAfee, and that gets tiring too. It can't be that every single report out there is, number one, motivated by an unhealthy obsession with Aaron Rodgers, and number two, completely made up with no accountability. I mean, there is, let me choose my words very carefully. There are similarities between the way Aaron Rodgers handles the media when the media isn't kissing his ass to the way certain people who occupy high positions of government handle the media when the media isn't kissing his ass. just attack, and treat everything they say as fake. One of these days, somebody's going to throw a dart with their eyes closed, and it's going to hit the bullseye. It all can't be fake. It all can't be made up. And when that's your constant go-to knee-jerk reaction to anything you don't like, at a certain point, people are going to say, okay, we understand your position. We understand. Anything that anyone ever says that you don't like is fake and phony and false. And I'm kind of at that point with Rodgers.
I hear you. I hear you. I mean, it's definitely not, in my opinion, he hasn't handled himself necessarily the best way, but that's just my opinion. And there's a part of him that's just, I think, has said screw a lot of people the last few years. I'm not worried about, right?
He'll turn.
There was definitely that. But at the same time, within that approach, and just being Johnny's sports fan, and I'm at the gym and working out and here and there, I would tell you that my spidey senses would tell me in the sports world, the two people that the general public is most tired of in the sports world are, one, LeBron James, and two would be Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that's right. Just the fact that, I'm just talking like two guys at a bar or two guys at the gym, whatever. It's a little that way. It's a little bit like, oh, God, what is it? What attention do they need now? What are they saying now? Oh, my gosh, they're still acting like they're the best player in the sport, and they're not even like a top 5 player in their team. So, yeah, there's a little bit of that, I think, where it's just your people are tired of it at this point, yes.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.